Ishkakamekwe, Mother Earth. You know, she gives us everything that we need: food, shelter, medicine, the very water that falls from the sky. It's that water that gives life to all life. No life begins, no life can live without that water we call Gitchitwanabe.
I'm standing here on the site of a deep learning water retrofit. The Wonders of Water program is a 3-year grant born out of the magic of the Peterborough Children's Water Festival. It takes the injection of hands-on learning and fun from the Water Festival and extends it from junior kindergarten all the way to grade 8 within schools where students are really understanding in rich ways their deep connection and love of water.
You learn so much from just this small little thing called water.
We always start with connection and understanding to where our water comes from in Peterborough, the Otonabee River. We weave that understanding with a relationship of where water comes from, how we use it, and where the water goes. Students here at St. Anne's have taken a small corner of their yard, a corner that actually had significant drainage issues, and they've transformed it into a learning laboratory with both pollinator gardens, a rich arboretum of native species, and a rain garden to address the drainage issues. They've also created an educational space where students and teachers can learn about the natural environment.
Over the course of the year, representatives from GreenUP were coming into my classroom to educate my students on what we were going to be doing, with the goal of empowering them and giving them enough knowledge to be able to take the project and make it their own. To do that, what we did was we worked to cultivate a sense of appreciation for nature and for water, so that they feel this sense of ownership and stewardship over this ecosystem that we're building out back.
I just thought, oh, it's another project that I'm gonna do and it's gonna be a great experience. And it turned into so much more than an experience. It's like a lifetime worth of learning. And now I can 100% say I'm a plant nerd. I love plants. It's just so fascinating. And then we really took the project into action.
My name's Terrence Radford. I'm the landscape architect. I had the pleasure of working with St. Anne's School to develop this lovely new naturalized area and series of rain gardens. So what we did was excavated 3 garden beds that have a slight depression in them so that they'll actually stop and slow the water, and this area that naturally ponded will actually infiltrate into the ground. Once we plant the vegetation, the roots of that vegetation will actually increase the infiltration rate and allow us to absorb more water into the ground and back into the water table before it travels to the end and goes into the existing catch basin. But this project's actually going to do an amazing amount to actually stop water, infiltrate it, and soak it back into the groundwater to help our adjacent watershed and stop peak flows that we get after rain events or when we get our spring melt that are very damaging to our local creeks and water systems.
So when I just started putting that first tree in the ground, it felt, all right, we're doing this. It felt like a huge accomplishment, huge weight lifted off all of our chests. And then once you do the first tree, you're like, I'll do another tree. So it just goes on until we run out of trees and everyone's like, wait, are we done yet? I want to plant more trees. And it's amazing.
This is a palpable way that we can have kids learn on school property in a natural environment while providing an environmentally sustainable project and space for them to learn in every day.
The leadership students managed to put over 400 species of native trees, plants, and shrubs into this beautiful space, not only to support the draining challenges by creating rain garden cells, but also to support species at risk within the local area.
When we build houses and schools, we're chopping down trees and destroying ecosystems, but this time we rebuilt an ecosystem and it was really nice, and now there's like a new little place that you can go to and it's really beautiful. I kind of like school a lot better now. School's just a lot more fun when you actually get to go outside and play around a lot.
For children to be able to have an opportunity to change their playground and to change the school that they spend so many of their formative years is a gift not just for themselves, but for their community. The local students that I worked with at 2 of the schools here in Peterborough really got engaged with both local and international issues around water. And after they learned a bit more and worked on their retrofits, they actually went to the local Peterborough Children's Water Festival, where they created their own activities to talk about water and pass on their knowledge to local students.
It's the joy on the children's faces that they see and how they can make an impact. And how small little things can really influence the decisions that adults can make, and they feel empowered. And so this program is able to provide those opportunities for students.
If we could, I would write everyone's name who was part of this project on one tree, but the problem is we don't have a tree that's big enough for that yet. So in 20 years, maybe I'll just come by and, implant my legacy then. So everyone knew that we planted this garden, and the legacy is really amazing. It's going to stand for a long, long time with everything that's happened here.
We have been trying to teach the younger kids how to take care of this garden. The kindergartners and the grade 1s, they're the future of our school. So when we're leaving, which is in only a couple years, we're going to have someone to take care of this garden.
There is hope for the future. It's been my experience working with the young people that we will bring balance back to the world. And it's you young people of the 7th generation who are going to make that magic happen. And us older people, we'll pray for you, support you, and encourage the work that you do. I'm going to end with the song. It says, "Water, I love you. Water, I thank you. Water, I respect you." Nepe Michi Saagiig Kimi Gwachawen Nemego Gishawen Nemego Miigwach Nebe Michi Saagiig Kimi Gwachawen Nemego Gishawen Nemego